Most of the things I'm telling you right now, they're not even playstyle things. Like, these are just like hard rules, like always do this, never do this, you know? Alright, so you're gonna peek B. Alright, so when you're going into this round, if you're gonna like work B, but like not really commit, your goal here should be to break Cypher camera so it forces him to play differently on the site. So right here, let's pretend you flash this. This guy's blind, he falls off. Now you push up to the pillar and you let the drone swing wide to clear those close angles first, and then you progressively swing farther as the drone clears more and more angles for you. That's what I do here. This molly is bad because it's probably just gonna bounce off. Yeah, even if it didn't bounce off the pillar, it's really hard to like land it up top there, and then she just drops, right? So it's like not a great molly. This flash is fine. So, but the thing is, after you throw this flash, you need to pick what you're pre-aiming sooner. So you come around the corner and you round it. Your crosshair is like smoothly swiping across. When you do this flash, you need to already have an angle in your head that you're going to pre-aim. You need to look into the pillar and then strafe out so that when you stop strafing, your crosshair is already on the angle you wanted to pre-aim. And then you could flick from there. But this rounding thing kind of costs you the kill. Imagine you're pre-aimed close here. You kill this Cypher, because by the time you get here, your crosshair's on his head. And you just shoot, and you might even be lined up with her. So this is a good time to like get control of this area. You actually wait for the smoke to go down. I've already noticed this. Whenever you walk into a smoke, you put your crosshair on the ground. So getting oriented in smokes is like being able to like know where you're looking in a smoke is pretty important. So that's something I try to pay attention to. Okay, so this is really bad, right? Because you guys have been showing A presence for a while now, right? So you have to be accounting for the fact that if the rotate comes in, he's either going to go heaven or he's going to be screens by now. Screens is not smoked. You peek with your molly out. So even if this Brim tries to be a hero and peeks you here, you're going to die to him. You have 33 HP. What the play is here is you get this kill. Right here, you stand right here, you pop your ult, and then you run into the site and try to kill his Brimstone since you know he's stuck on site. And then your teammates running behind you and trade you if he kills your ult. Because that way you don't waste time healing, because if you die with the ult, it's going to bring you back to 100 HP. And you take the space for your team before the rotate comes in, or at least you get the info that the rotate's already in there, and not one of them dies to like Cypher who rotated already. So like, and like this molly, like you throw it where you, oh, so okay, you throw it there to heal. I see what you're thinking, but you don't look at sight once. You never look at sight, and you know Brimstone's on site. You know he's on site. And right here, like, you're not doing anything here. You're letting your dude with the bomb run in and clear it himself. So popping ult was definitely the play there. And still, maybe he ran out? Yeah, so he pops ult. He doesn't even realize the Brimstone's still on site either. You guys get the kills mid, so I'm gonna assume not much else really happens. Okay, and then you kind of, okay, this is a waste of an ult here. This is a waste of an ult. 4v2, you do not need to burn this ult. This would be much better used in another round. Stop walking here. Stop. This is, again, no. What's the point? They hear your teammates shooting. You just flash the corner. The only thing you're doing by walking is, okay, so here's why people walk here. Here's why new players tend to walk here. They don't want to let people know exactly when they're going to get peeked, but there's a solution for that. There's a solution for that doesn't involve walking the whole time. This'll fix your walking problem. It's like people are valuing too highly not making noise, but the noise doesn't really matter. Like, if you're playing A site, you're expecting people to come A, or expecting people to come B. Like, you're expecting them to come. So if you hear spells, you're gonna assume they're at least coming, or at least taking some space. I know you don't want to do this, so he knows exactly where you are at all times and can like peek off the sound if you're the only one doing this, but here's what you can do. You can run across the dangerous angles, and then when you get here, you could do these silent peeks, right? So instead of walk peeking things like this, I can do this. And see how I don't make any noise? I can move, like, there's a certain distance and speed you can move to get almost like a full speed peek as if you were running, but without making any noise. So you learn to master this. So you could like, I could walk up to this wall, and then when I get here, even if I don't want to make noise, I'm not gonna, when I'm peeking mid, I'm not gonna do this, because this will get me domed by this guy 10 out of 10 times if he's decent. But I'm gonna get close here, I'm gonna pre-aim, and then I'm gonna do my silent peek. Across all those peaks, I made no footsteps. So mastering that is really important, and it will, once you realize when you can do that, you'll feel the need to just straight up walk a lot less. And again, right, if you're picking up on player tendencies here, you'll know Sova likes to play in heaven, Brim likes to play on site. And I don't think he's peaked this angle or elbow once yet. I don't think he's done that yet. You clear close, okay, that's fine. Again, with the flashes, so we're seeing the recurring themes here. Again, with the flashes. You throw the flash, pre-aim the angle. Pre-aim the angle. Before you start moving, put your crosshair in the wall and then strafe out so that it lines up. What's your plan here? You're just gonna hide in the corner? It looks like, this looks to me like you don't really have a plan. You're leaving your teammate on site completely alone. You can't help him. You should be, since you have this op, you know your teammate died from the raise on ramp. She's probably going to come A main. I think you know Cypher's heaven. So you should be sitting screens posted where you're not exposed to this. You should be posted on A main. And then after like 5 seconds, you come here and you just clear this to make sure Cypher's not pushing, like trying to flank you. And then once you clear it, you go back to looking at site. So like, Venti kills the raise on site there, right? But if he dies to the raise, now what happens, right? Their Cypher comes out rafters probably. Their raise clears elbow and then just sticks the bomb. And then you're flanking heaven. You maybe kill the Cypher. You maybe kill this guy by shooting him in the back. And then the raise just gets the defuse off and you lose the round. So if Venti dies there, if he doesn't make his individual plays, you guys lose that round. Partially because of you. It's okay to walk until here, and now you run. Good. Although when you do this is how you do it, right? You walk up ramps, you clear these, you come out here, you're looking here, and then you walk up with your flash and throw it. The entire time you're on this line, if somebody peeks you and they're decent, you are going to die. Here's how you should try to do it, right? You want to walk up ramp. Again, do the silent peek thing I told you about. We clear top of the box. I get here, put my crosshair into the wall, pre-aimed for this. So when I do my baby strafe, I end up right here. I put it in the wall again. Baby strafe out. The other one. Now you have to pick. You have to pick when you peek heaven whether or not you think they're far back and they're going to be. You have to put your crosshair low. Or you think they're over here, like on the elevation of the box, and you put your crosshair high. Most of the time, if you're looking back here, they're going to be low down. Most of the time, when you clear this, it's kind of 50-50 on whether or not they were up top or not. If you know they like to play rafters, they tend to peek you from up top. So you would clear this. You need to come out this far to kill this, swing to clear this side. Because if nobody clears it, if you don't clear this angle, and he's playing in that corner, this whole time you're walking up, you have no idea if he's just right there and he just has to do this and then he gets to shoot you, right? So you would come over to the side, you would clear this. Once you clear this, you duck off the angles right here so nobody can shoot you unless they wall bang. Then you could walk up and then you throw this flash and then you do what you did, right? So, but after this, it was good, right? You throw the flash, you swing, you kill this person, and then you peek this, right? He kills you, but it's fine, right? Because your teammates should be able to get that trade. He sat there crouch spraying on you. But that's the most important part I wanted to mention, right? The whole time you're walking up here, you can't be standing here with a flash in your hand because anybody that peeks you kills you. There's a lot of angles I don't like to hold straight on. So if you're holding an angle straight on like this, like in a straight line, like let's say like you're basically lined up with the box, right? The box is like the angle. And you're like in a straight line from it, when somebody strafes, that is the maximum amount of distance they could move on your screen. But if you hold an angle off to the side, like at more of an angle, they can move the same distance in game, but on your screen, they move less in relation to you. So like if I'm holding like this and some guy strafes out, let's say he strafes for half a second. Let's say he ends up right here. Okay, let's say he ends up on this line. If I hold the angle, the same angle, like this, and he strafes out for half a second, since I am angled, the distance he moves on my screen in the same amount of time is going to be less, which gives me A, more time to react with the same crosshair placement, with the same distance from a crosshair placement, and also, if he does get past my crosshair, my adjustment doesn't have to be as far. It's kind of hard to think about. I would have to like, maybe I'll do a video on it too and like draw it out and like give like examples, but like this angle is hard to hold. This angle is a lot easier to hold because of that. So I hope that makes sense. Anytime you're straight, like dead on, they're going to be moving. That's the maximum amount of distance they can move on your screen. So you kind of want to avoid stuff like that if you can. If the gates just dropped and their plan is to peek off the drone, the time when you pull out your molly is the exact timing you would be getting peeked. If they peeked off the drone, you're getting headshot with your molly in your hand and no chance to fight back. And again, it's like one of those spots where you pull out the molly while you're holding the angle. You never leave the angle. Here's what you have to do. Like, if you're holding this, you see the drone. You see the drone. You duck back, you hit E, you pull off the angle, you peek for a split second, throw it, and then you let it land, and then you re-peek again. But molly out this whole time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, it's like 5 seconds where if some dude peeks, you die. You die and you can't fight back. And then this fucking dumbass Phoenix on the other team's gonna run in. He's gonna hit the headshot. His team's gonna be like, "Yo, nice, you're insane, bro. You're insane." And he's like, "Yeah. That's what I do. That's what I do. I hit headshots, bro. I'm entry fragger, right? I do this for the team." And you're gonna be sitting there like, "Bro, I didn't even have my gun out. Like, this guy didn't do anything." Like, you're trying to avoid that, all right? Don't give him an ego boost.